Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about my red flag, which is not a red flag, which is kind of actually a huge, gigantic red flag if you look at it from the wrong perspective, but is like not really a red flag to me. Like, I don't do it in a red flag way. And the reason why I'm bringing this up in a video, I'm not trying to make a lot of personal videos like this, but like at some point, if I keep doing this YouTube thing, you guys are gonna have questions. You're gonna be like, what's up with the German thing? So I'm going to be explaining the German thing, okay, to the best of my ability, because I don't want it to come off weird, all right? I swear to you that I approach the country of Germany and the German language in a totally sane and rational way. Also, for the Europeans in the audience who are going to be like, oh, this doesn't sound like a big deal. I'm an American. So let's just get into it. You know how people say that they were like born into the wrong generation? Now, I'm not saying that I would rather be born in Austria or Germany. Maybe Switzerland, why not? And you know how sometimes people say that and they're like a weeaboo about it? I'm not a veraboo. Also, sorry about the crazy makeup. I kind of went a little bit overboard. I hope you understand. I hope you forgive me. Let's talk about Germany. Let's talk about, why am I nervous talking about this? So World War II was bad, okay? And I don't endorse it. I don't endorse anything that happened. I don't endorse war crimes, okay? But I will I watched Hetalia. Okay, stick with me, okay? This is my origin story. So I watched Hetalia when I was like a baby. I was like a larva. I didn't know any better. Anyway, I was watching AMVs. And the song Disco Pogo came on. Disco Pogo, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Say what? Ding-a-ling-a-ling. I just fell in love with that song. But more importantly, the language. So next I discovered Modo. 1, 2 Polizei. 3, 4 Grenadier. And that was great. That was great. I was starting to get a little bit Eurodance crazy, but guess what? Guess what then? Rammstein. And, you know, it was over from there, but it wasn't over. It wasn't over. Mein Herz brennt came in like a freight train. Just meow. And I was never the same. I never recovered. So I went onto the internet and I typed in tumblr.com and I made myself a little fan blog. And, well, from there I discovered Oomph. And I discovered that there was a whole genre of music called Neue Deutsche Härte. What is Neue Deutsche Härte? New German hardness. That is a genre of, it's not metal and it's not industrial. It's somehow techno metal, kind of. And one of those bands that falls under that is Icebreaker. Started listening to them too, but that wasn't enough. So I started listening to Asp. And then Falco got put in the mix at some point. I don't know, Lindemann side project. I could go on. But then skirt, rewind, let's go back. Something else happened. I discovered Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. And I loved him, okay? Faust? I'm a little bit obsessed. I love Faust. But anyway, from Neue Deutsche Härte, I started listening to all sorts of other bands. We're not going to get into the other bands. Although I will say, arigato. He noticed me. Wait, we're getting too ahead of ourselves. I went a little bit too far forward, so let's skirt back a little bit. Let's talk about Rammstein and its impact on my psyche. So I started listening to this band every single day. And obviously, I needed to memorize all of the lyrics because I'm a completionist, so I started teaching myself German from Rammstein lyrics. Yeah. And I'm collecting all of these other bands, left and right. And soon my playlists are exclusively in German. I'm not listening to anything in English. Why? Because, and here is one of the most essential things that I'm going to say today. I inherently believe that the German language is one of the most beautiful languages to ever exist. From a linguistic standpoint, it is so beautiful. It's like a puzzle piece kind of language. You know, you get like little puzzle blocks. And then you have everything gets moved together. And the way that words are constructed is... and the sound of the language is my favorite. My favorite. Anyway, so I'm listening to all of these German bands with like deep male voices. I mean... Ohne dich kann ich nicht sein, ohne dich. So, there comes a point where the lyrics of Heirate mich are not great for learning German. So, I make two parallel discoveries at this time. I discover Duolingo, and I discover Tanz der Vampire, the German musical about vampires, based on a Roman Polanski film. I don't like mentioning that, honestly. There was a slang tutorial of Tanz der Vampire on the YouTube, so I checked it out, and I was satisfied. I was quite satiated. I start memorizing the entire musical, start to finish. I start being able to speak basic sentences, and I'm also completely insufferable at this time, because I also start discovering silent films. Oh wait, I have to get my cat. Anyway, silent films, and maybe not silent. I really love the Peter Lorre flick. Love it. Part of my fascination with the language comes from my parents speak a little Yiddish. It's not, you know, enough though. If you count like them calling me a fagel. Hey, blah. Also, to put this into perspective, I am learning Mandarin actively at this time. Not by choice, but I am learning Mandarin, and honestly failing at it, not doing very well at all, because I want to learn German. And guess what? As soon as I go to college, I majored in German. Now, okay, it wasn't my major forever. I did eventually turn it into a minor, because there's not much that you can do with a German degree. I took German, and it was the best time of my life. Honestly, I just want to take more German classes for fun. Because I really miss it. I really miss it. And let me tell you, German class is a pretty interesting affair. I met two Yahtzees, and I'm saying Yahtzees here because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the N-word on a... Not that N-word. You know, the German one. A lot of interesting characters. A lot of linguists take German. A lot of engineers take German. A lot of people with complicated relationships with the state of modern society take German. I took it because it was pretty. And even in German class, nobody agreed with me on that. What the I still can't believe that. I feel like the world is playing a trick on me whenever I hear German classed as some ugly caveman language. What is going on with you? I'm a really big fan of Eurovision too. Anyway, I got really sidetracked there, but I finished German class and I loved it. I loved being in German class, let me tell you. I already told you, but let me tell you again. I freaking loved German class. Even though I did have a professor who used... Okay, I was in a fairy tale class. Professor made us read a Grimm's fairy tale for a pop quiz, and it turned out that, like, the moral of the fairy tale was that you should never trust a Jew. I'm not saying he condoned it. I'm just saying I did not see it coming. Anyway, the more that I learned about German culture, modern German culture, and the German language, I fell in love more. Specifically talking about Pfand. I really love the concept of Pfand. And I got an opportunity to go to Germany while I was still in college. My mom, thank you, shout out to my mom. Shout out, mother. She took me on a trip to Germany, and it was incredible and amazing. And we also went to Austria, went to Salzburg, and we checked out Mozart's house, and we also saw Goethe, my guy. Stop, I'm shy. We also got to eat white asparagus, and I had currywurst. I had currywurst and doner kebab, and I loved it so much. I loved every little ounce of it. I could go on. I could go further. I could keep going about my love of the German language, but I feel like I've said enough. So I've said a lot. I've rambled a lot. We've had a good time together. So in summation, let's break things down. No, I'm not German. Not really. Technically, not really. I'm more Jewish than I am German. But that country makes a damn good language. Hochdeutsch. Have you heard it? Have you heard? It's a buttery, smooth. The umlauts. The umlauts. The umlauts. Well, I can't possibly get any more turned on, so I'm just gonna leave. Bye.